my family, can you please be off tune a little bit? We still continue to say rest in peace to Uzahara. I'm saying let's just be off tune a little bit because I know some of the people might not take this very well, and I'm very sorry if it hits you somehow. But I think this is where we all have to learn as people when one of us, when they leave us or when they go to the other side. There's one thing that I want to talk about today is the beauty, the unity of amaXhosa in Johannesburg, Gauteng. And I know that there's a lot of them, and there's a lot of them that wanted to be part of this send off Kazahara. There's a lot of them that could have even done more if they had the whole day to celebrate Uzahara. That I know for sure. I've said this before. Unfortunately in South Africa, we have different cultures. We have different languages, 12 to be exact. But again, hence I'm saying to some, this will sound very controversial. This will sound like I'm dividing, beautiful people of Gauteng. And I know when it comes from different people, it's understandable. But please, like I said, I am very sorry. Apologies in advance. But let me just say it. What I saw today, it's something that I wished it happens. Like someone will say every day and every day, But in any case, I think I'm digressing right now. It's something that I wish Zahara was here to witness. The love of amaXhosa when it comes to ukumana, singing, when it comes to their art. Ayacula amaXhosa, and it doesn't matter whether ucula you are is mine. A Xhosa chick, a Xhosa guy will just burst into a song and they will sing wholeheartedly. And this is what I saw today. And I was like, it's not something that I'm seeing for the first time. And I'm saying kudos to amaXhosa as a Gauteng. amaXhosa that are in Johannesburg, in Gauteng. And you also see it at events, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're in Zambia or wherever, where you find umXhosa, they will show their love. And I'm telling you, when you see umXhosa, where you know, Guti, you are not supposed to be here. There was a time when I was in Zambia, and just seeing umXhosa, or Mzulu in that for that matter, or Mswati, or Mchangani, or Umtsonga, or Mtswana, Umsuthu, Umndebele, Umvenda, an African speaking person, and you are in a foreign country, because for us to be in any of the African countries sometimes feels so foreign because your language is not really spoken. But when you hear someone speaks any of your language, and I think it goes to other cultures as well, and I think it goes to other Africans that are here in South Africa, other Africans that are all over the continent. You hear someone speaks your language, I'm sure it talks to you. And I can tell you, Aishem, it has got a cherry on top with Xhosas. So thank you so much to everyone that was there. I'm gonna list a couple of them. I'm sorry if I didn't say your name. Ringo. Thank you for the send off. Uvusi, we know that you are hurting. Uzahara was like your sister. You were so close. We saw. There is no doubt about it. Usleek Angel, whom we haven't seen for a while. Thank you so much for the send off. To Unathi Mangai, we have not seen you, and I know that you are one of the people that can write a book, and I think most of you guys can write books. Untando bangani, ubuhle bendalo, ubuhle mda. And maybe let me say this before I even go further. Even if you don't like umXhosa, but they will always welcome you. Just to see them on stage. Who else was there? Unomcebo, whom I always say, we've certain people actually, there are certain cultures as ba adoptayo, and they understand the power of amaXhosa and the unity of amaXhosa. Unathi, who did a sterling job as an MC. Siyabulela sisi. Thank you Nangamso. Guys, I did say that I might not say your name, but I know who you are. Oh my goodness, how do I forget your name? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But you know who you are. And I love you so much. Your music, I love your music so much. You know, I am so sorry. I've just forgotten her name. I am so sorry. She knows. Who else was there? Usomizi. Somizi, who, there was a time when I thought Usomizi was actually a close-up guy, because he has this thing with amaXhosa, and I think it's because of Usomizi. He is a very free-spirited person. Like I always say, I don't know him personally. I might have met him once or twice, but Usomizi sees beautiful energies, and I would say he actually gravitate into that. Thank you so much to Usomizi and the speech. Let's not even go there. Who else was there? Who else was there? Oh my goodness, Brenda, whom I can also say we've actually adopted, or has been adopted by amaXhosa. Let me not just say we. Let me not say we. Who else was there that I'm not? Oh my goodness, there were a lot of people, man. There were a lot of people. But the send of the memorial service and too. Thank you so much for a beautiful, beautiful, always Sisi. You always go out of your way, and your team. And I think you're one of the people that we need to acknowledge in South Africa. Who else was there? There was a lot of people, man, that were there that I felt like they really, really made this memorial service. And I mean, I was not part of the planning team. I was not part of any of the teams that obviously spent hours and hours deliberating and also planning the memorial service to make sure that Uzahara gets a beautiful send-off, like a legend she is or she was, depending on which side you are at. To me, she's still that legend, and she will forever be that icon. Who else was there? And I can imagine how many people wanted to be part of that, but because Uzahara died, this week, I would say this week, and we had a memorial service within a couple of days. So you can imagine when she died on the 9th, and on the 14th we have a memorial service. Most people, either they're out of town, some people had engagement, some people couldn't make it for whatever reason, some people had appointments that were already set, so obviously they wouldn't be able to make it, because it's also December, it's almost the end of the year, so some people are actually wrapping up whatever they're doing at their jobs, their businesses, whether it's gigs and all of that. I'm sure a lot of people wanted to be part of the send-off, but what a beautiful send-off once again to amaXhosa that are in Johannesburg. Thank you for showing a unity. May this be a teaching to all of us, whether umXhosa or you're not, that when you're together, it's possible. And let me remind you, this also happened when it was Akumzi's funeral. Like, I'll talk about people that AmaXhosa have actually adopted. Those are the people that you would find in Xhosa groups, as friends, as colleagues, and all of that. You could see that you were not just only there as a guest. You were there because it meant so much to you. Just the unity, You could see it. You could see it. And thank you so much to whoever came up with the idea, And I know sometimes not even an idea. Someone will say, I want to be part of it. I'm going to leave everything, like Unat was saying about Unat Ngai Kuti. Thank you for being here. You left everything, that you could have been doing. But you decided to come and honor Uzahara. To the people that attended the memorial service, whether they were AmaXhosa or not, because I know 100% the people that love Uzahara or loved Uzahara weren't necessarily AmaXhosa kuphela. We saw it. We know that. And also Uzahara, as much as she was almost in most of her songs singing in isiXhosa. But the power of the gift that she had, didn't have any boundaries. Unat did say something along those lines. Uzahara did not have, as much as she was singing in isiXhosa or in her language, but her songs and her energy would just go nje and cross boundaries. And I saw one, I think it was a couple one post from someone who's from Angola, I think it was from Angola, who said, it's so sad that we couldn't have you when we're waiting for you, because apparently Uzahara, within her schedule, she was supposed to be performing in Angola, if I'm not mistaken. Please don't fetch me. But obviously it was out of South Africa. To everyone else that loved Uzahara, not because Uzahara was umXhosa, and believe me, when I said I'm hoping this, and I know for some people it's going to be controversial, but I'm hoping that you understand where I'm coming from. And I think a lot of people who are honest enough, and a lot of people want to say this, but they can't say it because of me and you would say they start again with this tribal division that they always have about languages and cultures and different cultures. We are all Africans. We are all South Africans. We are all from one continent. Yes, we are. But we cannot run away from that. Once again, thank you to everyone. White people, Afrikaners, everyone that showed the sympathy to the family that is mourning right now. Thank you so much. The people that took time to go to the memorial service, we salute you. To umama kabulelwa kaZahara, we say uxolo mama. To South Africa yonkana, the rest of South Africa, we are all hurting. And there's going to be one person that's going to be saying, why are people like this? They didn't say this to Zahara. Yes, I understand that, and I've addressed that. We're all guilty. We knew Kuti, she was gifted. She was not just a talent. There was something more about her. Maybe we're learning from now going forward that will actually reach out. Doesn't matter how. When we say we want to say something that is good to someone, whether it's that person, the musician, is an artist, whether that person is just an ordinary person that you meet in the street. But I can easily say this. We are all mourning. We are hurting. When something is beautiful, let's not keep it in. Let's just say it. Once again, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe. I shall see you on the next one.